just look around. You got the mountains, you got the most beautiful city in the whole entire country. The university is absolutely, looks like it's out of a storybook. It's just beautiful. People are incredibly genuine and extremely nice. It's just a place that obviously I'd want my kids to go to school. And it sells itself. You don't have to sell anything about this place. You just got to get them here. You know, the old field of dreams. Yeah. Build it and they will come. It's already built.
It's, you know, here it's Tennessee, so, you know, we're going to get the best guys here. You know, that's just every year. Every time we're out there, it's competition. You know, nobody has a spot. Nobody's comfortable. We're all working to get better.
To you?
Yeah, I didn't.
To you?
Yeah, I didn't sign any mustard bottles or golf balls. Maybe wish I had a golf ball that night, you know what I mean? But I'm only kidding. All right.
The team makes 2 mistakes to win. Play forward, make breaks, one comes always score. If it hurts, game breaks, no get you know it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. Ball, obstacles, block, cut, sides, 2 games after this win in. First year again, we're here for the first man. Carry everybody, keep it up 60 minutes.
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6th sense for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the keys, cause I break the chains. They try to hold me, I'ma push back. Just wait and you'll see. Please excuse me, your honor, but you can't hold me no longer. Can't you feel the vibrations? I broke out and left traces. Go ahead, try catch me if you can, man. You'll be looking all night, I'm the Sandman. New York, London to Japan. I'ma show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look, huh? Yeah, this one is for the books. All these chances I took still, I move straight on these rooks now.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
And I am Coach Jay.
How are we going to enter in Coach Jay's Frozen? He was dancing in the back right before we went live. What's up, Coach Jay? You were dancing, and then you were frozen. What has happened?
I like always, Boogie, I was feeling your intros, but the almighty and powerful internet saw differently.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my internet. It's probably my internet. It's always my internet. It wouldn't be Talkin VAWLS Live, but it only happens on the film breakdowns. NCAA has been running just as clean as possible. Then all of a sudden, it's time for film breakdowns. It probably doesn't help. Full transparency, when you look at the top of my screen right now, I've got 72 tabs opened because we've got so much stuff we're going to get into. We're going to hang out. It's going to be a good time. We got 72 people watching right out of the gate. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up. Share this thing out. Put it out on Facebook, on Twitter, on the interwebs. Brad's already complaining. It wouldn't be a Talkin VAWLS stream if Brad wasn't complaining. Here, does that make it better, Brad? Are you happy now, Brad? Does that fix my little pixelation, Brad? Does that make you happy? Look, no matter what happens, we're going to have some fun. We're going to break down some film. We're going to hang out. It's going to be a good time. You know, somebody complained already, Coach Jay, in the Talkin VAWLS Facebook group, but Facebook's for the devil. It's for the devil. Somebody said, Carnell Tate's gone. Let it go. Hey, you guys asked for this. You guys asked for this film breakdown of Carnell Tate versus Nathan Leacock. So it's going to be a good one, man. I'm excited to get into this one. Let's run down the chat first. I was going to throw a question at you, but let's run down the chat. Let's see who's hanging out. We got Matt Zimmerman in the house saying, go Big Orange. What's up, Matt? Noah James in the house, dropping those custom Talkin Vols emojis. Robert Tuck is here. What's up, Robert? Always good to see Robert in the chat. John Hill drops $10. And this is a reminder. There's an entry fee around here. There's 81 people watching live, and only one person paid their entry fee. Thank you for the super chat. John says entry fee, GBO. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Drop your entry fees now, $5, $10, whatever the Lord places on your heart tonight here at the Talkin Vols Network. We would greatly appreciate it. Matt Dumit is in the house. What's up, Matt? Rebecca D is here, says let's go. P is in the house. Just P. Says Leacock goated. That's something we're going to get into. I'm excited about talking about it. J-Long 5000 dropping those custom Talkin Vols emojis. Nugs is here. Kelly Goodwin's here. Guys, come on in. Smash the thumbs up. Share this thing out. Blast it out on Twitter. Let somebody know we're live. Greatly appreciate it. Coach Jay, we were briefly talking about it right before we went live. And I don't know when you came around the Talkin Vols Network. I can't remember the exact timing. Last summer's when we really started picking up recruiting coverage. Last March, April, really heavy into the summer. So this one's fun for me because Carnell Tate was a big part of that. But when did you come around, and were you here for the Carnell Tate drama?
Yeah, no, I was definitely here for all the Carnell Tate drama, and I really loved all the extra recruiting tidbits and videos. And it's, hey, listen, recruiting's a lot of fun, guys. If you're not into recruiting and you just stumbled on this because you're bored, and it's the down days, it's the dog days, it's spring ball's not even here yet. Hey, man, recruiting's year round, and certainly the days of our lives, if you will.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of people don't like Carnell Tate because of that, because of the drama and, all the stuff. And it's he's here, he's there. Where's he going? Look, man, these kids work hard. Let them have their moment. Like I have no ill will towards Carnell Tate. And I was going to share the top rated wide receivers according to On3, but let's do this first. I have no ill will, none at all towards Carnell Tate. And it has nothing to do with this right here.
Free from all distraction.
Carnell Tate, the best player in the nation.
With the recruitment of Carnell Tate, he went silent. He was not talking to anybody in the media. He was only.
When are you going to commit, and where are you going?
Coach Jay, did you recognize that dumb, stupid Southern voice in that video?
Sound like some kind of content creator who don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh man, that's exactly what I was thinking. You know the beautiful thing is though, like the reason, not the reason, part of the reason that I like the Carnell Tate drama, because I am a content creator and it gives us something to talk about, and it's fun.
Sure.
It's fun. And then he makes the commitment, and boom, right there in it, my stupid voice. It was so funny. I was like, my phone just started blowing up. Everybody's like, Boogie, you were in Carnell Tate's video. I was like, oh, sweet. Let's talk about it. We're going to be comparing tonight, film breakdown live. You guys really dug the Nico versus Arch live film breakdown. So we're bringing you guys suggested, hey, let's do Carnell Tate. Let's do Nathan Leacock, because those are two guys. It makes sense. And I'm challenging you guys tonight. Come up with the next one, because these live streams are a lot of fun. Come up with the next one that makes sense. Who are two guys that we could really compare like we did? Nico Arch makes sense. Nathan Leacock, Carnell Tate makes sense. So let us know if there's something else you want us to cover. But let's take a look at this, because it was interesting, Coach Jay, because, again, you go back to the timing of it all, right? And Carnell Tate was the hot commodity last summer. Everybody talking about Carnell Tate. He ends up committing to Ohio State June of 2022, June of last year. But then it still continued into the end of the season, right? Like the Alabama game, everybody's talking, is Carnell Tate going to visit for the Alabama game? But really, it was the hot topic over the summer. And then Nathan Leacock, 3-star prospect, quietly commits in July. This was after Kyler Casper went to Oregon, after Carnell Tate goes to Ohio State. When you first saw the Nathan Leacock commitment, like, what were your thoughts? Like when you saw he committed to Tennessee?
Yeah, sure. You kind of know this, Boogie, but I kind of ran an audible today. I was going to show Nathan's junior film because I was so impressed with Nathan's junior film. just an awesome film, and there's a lot to dissect through it. I ended up calling the audible because of uh, just the sheer speed and how much gains Nathan made in his game. But when I saw his film at first, I just didn't know if the competition level, um, really, really stacked up to the receivers we had been looking at. And that worried me. But the eye test, I mean, he passed the eye test right off the bat, as everyone's about to see. He's big, he's fast, he's physical, he's got strong hands, he has a good catch radius. And hey, listen, Heupel and these boys have been doing just one bang up of a job with their evaluations. Evaluations are just beyond important. I know we've seen a lot of highly rated classes come through Knoxville, and a lot of highly rated classes not go as far as they should have gone, either because it was bad evaluation or bad development or a combination of both. And I'll tell you guys, I'm super excited about the evaluation this staff has been doing. Is as excited as I've ever been watching a staff in Knoxville doing their evaluations, and I've been following Tennessee recruiting for many moons now.
It's interesting. You see evaluations, everything. If you can't evaluate, then you can't develop. It doesn't matter what On3 says. It doesn't matter what 247 Sports says or Rivals or ESPN or wherever you go. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. If this coaching staff can't evaluate and develop talent, they're not going to succeed. Period. End of story. Now, obviously, we as fans, we love it, right? We thrive on it. We're always watching. We want the 5 stars. And, history's going to tell us the more 5 stars you get, the more success you're going to have. Now, they may not always hit like the Harrison Baileys or, there's so many guys that are bust, so many guys that end up being, really good players as a 3-star. But the more 5 stars you get in the boat, the better off you are. But this staff, we're going into year 3, and we've seen James Pierce go from I think James Pierce was a 4-star, got bumped to a 5-star. Joshua Joseph's a guy that was kind of flying under the radar because all of us were gushing over James Pierce. And then all of a sudden, here comes Joshua Josephs, and he gets a lot of run as a true freshman. Then we see the same thing. Everybody wants Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate chooses Ohio State. And then all of a sudden, as that senior season starts to play out, more and more buzz about Nathan Leacock. Now you can see there on the screen, On3's final rankings have Nathan Leacock ranked ahead of Carnell Tate. And again, the On3 rankings, 247, it's not the end all be all. But I like seeing that. I like seeing that Nathan Leacock climbing that ladder and getting that recognition. And, for me, and again, I'm no expert, man. I read the scouting reports. I watch the tape, the eye test that you talk about, Coach Jay. I'm like, all right, does this guy flash? But the thing that stuck out to me with Nathan Leacock was the speed. He's got speed. And when I saw the speed, and I was like, okay, you can plug this guy into Josh Heupel's offense. He's going to get open. Sub 11 second in the 100 meters. Track guy. I'm excited to see Nathan Leacock in this offense. We're going to break down the film. We're going to start with Carnell Tate, and then we're going to go to Nathan Leacock. Coach Jay is going to break it down. Wayne Starr's in the house. What's up, Wayne? Wayne says, I'm late. I was eating supper. What's up, Boogie and Coach Jay? Go Vols. Well, guys, 96 people watching. 96 people. It's a new month. Get your name on the leaderboard right now for the month of March. John Hill is the top contributor for the month of March at $10. Somebody's got to knock him off. Pay those entry fees. Let's get into it. Let me share the screen up here. I hope we can make this work. I hope we can make this work because my internet is not happy, but hey, it's what always happens around here, right? Let's get Carnell Tate's. All right, here we go. There is Carnell Tate's highlights. We got it up on the screen.
All right, guys.
Plays, got some bonus plays, got some fun. Coach Jay, what do you see? Take it away.
Yeah, sure. 15-yard line, guys. We're in the red zone here. We got trips to the wide side of the field, single back set. Looks like a 4-2-5 press coverage, too high. Carnell's going to be on the bottom side of the screen, guys. The X, the single wide receiver, kind of covered up by the super chat right now, or the highlighted comment, I should say. But right here, Boogie, if you just want to let this run up just a tick here, and it might be hard to see with our heads over it, but right as this starts to run, there you go. There you go. Right as the play starts to run, the cornerback is going to open his hips, and is it? No, it's not frozen on my end. All right. Yeah, he's going to open his hips, and Carnell Tate is going to stem him on a go route, and he handles that exactly how he's supposed to, guys. As soon as the cornerback opens his hips, he stems him to the outside. This accomplishes a couple things. It's going to help use that defender as a barrier for that safety. If that safety was a little more outside, closer to that 10-yard line, it would help him a great deal. But as it is, it kind of helps him. Let's go ahead and run it for a little while and see what happens here. This is good coverage here, guys. Carnell Tate zips the ball, or the quarterback zips the ball out. Tate just whips in a one-handed catch, beautiful one-handed catch. Cornerback all over him. That ball had a lot of velocity on it, a lot of speed on it, and Tate just handles it with one hand. Extremely easy, guys. Just Tate in general, large catch radius, good elite hands, fast out of the break, good looking wide receiver. But we can move on to the next one.
That's just athleticism. Those are the type of plays for somebody like me. You pull up and you go, okay, that's the eye test, right? A guy that can make a one-handed catch like that in the end zone, that impresses me. And to you, if you want to break down film and get, you're looking at this, that, and the other, I'm like, no, that's athleticism. I like Carnell Tate. And I know people in the chat are saying we got the better guy. I'm not arguing with that. I love Nathan Leacock. I've said it a million times. You put on the power T, I'm going to pull for you. I'm going to be behind you. But I still think Carnell Tate's a great wide receiver. This is interesting. I want to bring this up. I don't know if you've seen this. Wayne says, did you see where On3 changed their ranking system? Now ESPN doesn't have as much weight as rivals On3 and 247 Sports, which is a good thing. I think that's a great thing because ESPN doesn't commit enough to recruiting. You're shaking your head. Yes. So I'm assuming you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was happy to see it. I mean, they honestly have done nothing to prove they deserve more weight in their rankings. So really happy to see it, Boogie.
Here's a super chat from Timmy Williams for $5. Thank you for the super chat. Says, give this man some money. Go Vols. Thank you, Timmy. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. Brad's still complaining. Says, frozen the entire live feed. Brad, that's not me. That's you, bro. That's you. We're still cooking with gas. So maybe it's Brad's internet. That's
it could be. You're frozen. Your picture's frozen on my end anyway, Boogie.
It's always frozen. How about that? Let's just do this for now.
There you go. There you go.
What the heck?
Yeah. As long as I can see the plays, that's what matters.
Nug says, shout out Kaner. Is Kaner in the chat?
Oh, no, that's awesome if he is. What's up, Kaner?
I don't see him. I don't see. Nug says, shout out Kaner. Yeah, that was some drama Sunday night on the NCAA stream. You know that little prick that said he was going to drop a $50 super chat and talked Wayne into it? And he lied, and then Wayne dropped one. And he lied. That dude went to VolQuest and said that I was talking trash about him. So I immediately picked up my phone and texted Kane, and I was like, dude, you see this? It's like, come on, bro. Like, you think you're going to get one over on me? Get a life, bro. Get a life. But that's interesting, Wayne. Appreciate you sharing that little tidbit of information because, yeah, ESPN's a joke when it comes to recruiting. Nug's having fun in the chat. Nug's having fun. All right, here we go. Play number 2. What do you see, Coach Jay?
Yeah, we got an empty set here. Trips to the top of the screen, deuces on the bottom of the screen. 3-3-5. Tate, you're going to pick him up in the slot on the bottom side of the screen. And I'm going to go ahead and see what Tate does here. Go ahead and run it for a second. He's just going to run a little comeback route here. Really, his goal is just kind of sit in the soft spot of this zone. And it's real simple, right? You got to respect him to the back of the end zone. He sits really nicely in the soft spot of the zone, catches the football. But the thing that makes this play so special is just the effort, guys. I mean, he whips 3 would-be tacklers right here, presses forward, and gets in the end zone. And I mean, that's special effort right there. I'm not quite sure of the time left in this game. I can't really tell the down and distance from where my screen is frozen, but just look at the effort here. And I mean, come on, if time's running down right there, you need that touchdown. This is stout competition. Anyone who knows anything about high school football knows IMG is legit and plays legit team. Win football games every time.
Carnell Tate, seeing him right there breaking tackles, listed on his recruiting profile 6'2", 180. Nathan Leacock 6'3.5", 195. How much do you factor that in? Measurables. A lot of that's the buzzword, right? That's what a lot of people like to throw around. Measurables. Who do you think? Do you think because Nathan Leacock has the bigger frame, the bigger size, more height, more length?
I kind of brought it up a minute ago. Tate has really good catch radius, really good route IQ that can make up for things a little. Leacock, as we're about to see, is kind of a freak. He's a bigger receiver. He's a bigger, stronger receiver. And hey, listen, we'll see how Tate develops. These are both still young men here. But right now, just based on measurables, you have to give Nathan the nod there. And there's kind of two things that separate them. And we'll get to that at the end of the Leacock thing. But yeah, basically, yes. Yeah, Leacock is a little bigger. He's got a little more of that prototypical wide receiver frame. But, it's not going to make or break you. It's not like Tate is 5'9". He's, he's 6'1", 6'2", 180, something like that. So it's not like he's given up a ton of size.
Sammy Evans with a good comment right here that I have jotted down in the old notepad because I like this one. This is another good head-to-head. Two guys that Tennessee was in on, landed one, not the other. So maybe that will be our next live film breakdown. So thank you, Sammy, for that suggestion. I put that down on a piece of paper, so we will keep that in the back pocket. I like it. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's see. Let me get the film pulled back up. Let me get it queued up because I'm way out of whack here. I'm reading the chat, hanging out, talking to my friends. Let me move it ahead here to 106. And tell me what you see, Coach Jay.
All right. Got trips once again. Nickel formation again. It's going to be a popular theme all day today, but trips to the bottom of the screen or the wide side of the screen. Looks like we've got 1st and 5, probably after an offsides penalty by the defense. And we're about the 20-yard line. Look, it's a good time to take a shot right now. And I think we'll see that they're going to do just that with Tate on the top of the screen. The cornerback is playing, like 3 yards off, something like that. You can go ahead and run it here for a minute, though. Let's see what we got, Boogie. We got the snap off the ball. Slot receiver on the opposite side is going to run a little bit of a skinny post, keep the safety occupied. Tate's kind of gotten a little separation right off the top right there. And is it paused or is it just frozen on my end?
No, I paused it.
Okay, yeah. He's got this little bit of a separation. He's going to actually beat him right here. And, the quarterback is going to, what Tate thinks, underthrow him right now. Tate's going to come back to the ball a little bit. And Tate's going to actually misjudge that. And at the end of this play, you're just going to see a beautiful adjustment by Carnell and come back to the ball that's sailing on him. Use a good diamond catching formation and pull in a ball that's moving very quickly away from him with relative ease. And you can go ahead and play that and we can take a look at it. Gets a separation, comes back. Beautiful diamond, full extension there. Just exactly what you want when you got to come back to the ball. I mean, you're going to misjudge footballs from time to time when you're a wide receiver, but when you got all the proverbial tools in the toolbox like Mr. Tate does, it doesn't seem to matter. You're just going to make all these plays. Beautiful job by Carnell there once again, and we're off and running to to the next one after another look at this beautiful catch here.
You know what
from
that
Carnell
reminds me
Tate.
of, though? It's like the Cedric Tillman catch against Pitt in overtime. That was not a good thrown ball. That was an underthrown ball, but it's a ball that Hendon Hooker threw up, and Cedric Tillman came back and got it and won the football game. You know, so it's like,
Absolutely.
wide receivers make plays, and also it gives your quarterback confidence that I can throw this up and let a guy go make plays. You know what I mean? It's like when you got that type of talent out there. And spoiler alert, the video I wanted to drop this morning was about the wide receivers in the class of 24, and some people are like, Boogie, where's this news at? Boogie, we need a live stream. Boogie, we need this. Coach Jay, I told you there's some stuff going on. Had a little one that had to have surgery this week, so it's kind of derailed my entire life, my entire schedule. So it's either Boogie gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and pumps out a video, or Boogie stays up till midnight pumping out a video. But I'm going to try to stay up late tonight after we wrap this up and try to get out a video in the morning about the wide receivers in the class of 24, because I think we are building something special. We've talked a lot about, especially in these film breakdowns, we've talked a lot about the edge position and what Rodney Garner's doing. But I think Coach Pope is something special. You know, I don't think we've missed Cody Burns at all going to the NFL. I think Coach Pope is doing good stuff as the wide receiver coach as far as on the recruiting trail. Any thoughts on the class of 24? Obviously, JJ Harrell just committed this week. I like what I see from him, but there are some big time targets still out there that Tennessee's in on.
Yeah, I think we're off to a great start. We're certainly off to a good start in the state of Tennessee, which is important, as everyone knows. But we kind of also got that initial grab of Jonathan Eccles, and you alluded to it the other day. We're going to have to keep him. There's defensive coordinators out there like Coach Jay that are convincing him that they can make him $20 million at defensive end, and Tennessee doesn't know what the heck they're talking about putting you at tight end. And even Coach Jay is saying it, and they're talking every angle they can. And we'll see if we can hold on to him, though. The kid is special, so you kind of got that blue chipper right out of the gate, the in-staters, and smart football players too. We're about to see it next week. We're going to be going over both the new commits, guys. Quick teaser. One will drop this Sunday, and I'm pretty sure Boogie will drop the next one the week after that. But both these kids are a mustard bottle and a half, guys. They are good football players. They are smart football players, high IQ, and the great evaluation by this coaching staff continues. And I'll keep saying it as long as it's true, guys. It's great to be a Tennessee Vol fan right now. We are looking at some wonderful times to be Tennessee fans.
Let me hit this question real quick. Dave Shoemaker, Boogie Coach Jay, did you see where it's JD Piquel from On3 talking about Tennessee becoming a pipeline for quarterbacks to the NFL? This is the fun of doing this live. And we talked about this before, Coach Jay. When we do it live, there's going to be some fan interaction. I'm talking with my hands, even though nobody can see me because the camera is awful. But what do you think about this being like Hendon Hooker, product of a system, Jalen Hyatt, product of a system? What do you think about that? Or do you when I look at Carnell Tate and the reason I believe he chose Ohio State, people can say NIL, people can talk about money. I think he went to Ohio State because Ohio State is a pipeline to the NFL for wide receivers. And I think that's been proven. But what do you think if somebody like me says, hey, Josh Heupel, it's a product of a system. Maybe if Hendon Hooker played for LSU, probably wouldn't have put up those numbers. Same for Jalen Hyatt. And I'm not trying – people say when I say this that I'm about to disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect people, so I'm going to disrespect them. What do you think about that? Product of a system versus true, legitimate, authentic talent?
Let me try to make it as clear as I can. Everyone runs a system in the game of football. Every single offense has an offensive system, an offensive process that they run. Josh Heupel's is just better than everyone's else system right now. Period. full stop. It's that simple. I mean, we're talking about Hooker. We're talking about Joe Milton. These are two quarterbacks that were kind of left for dead at their previous program, right? And if you can build two players left for dead, then why wouldn't you want to come to Tennessee if you're Nico? Why wouldn't you want to come to Tennessee if you're a 5-star blue chip recruit? Hey, Hendon Hooker's going to get drafted and drafted high. And if Joe Milton even sniffs Hendon Hooker's numbers with the measurables that Joe Milton has, he's going to go super high on draft day. And, Heupel's kind of been the ultimate quarterback doctor and been able to fix that. And, like I said, kind of my only reaction is, hey, everyone runs systems. You know what? This is nothing new. What are you telling me, that this is a gimmick? They run a hurry up offense? How long have offenses been doing that? Last I checked, they've been doing it since Auburn got beat in Oregon, and before Auburn beat Oregon in the ship, and before. As far as what people are talking about, I think, is the difference between college systems, or certain college systems, and quote unquote NFL systems, right? And there's where you might see a little bit of the difference, where you can draw some comparisons that I'll listen to. But once again, we're talking about a pro system compared to a college system. But guys, it's all a system at the end of the day. Don't sell these guys short. Heupel has been a wizard at running this offense, and deserves all the credit in the world for what he did, turning around this Tennessee offense and the amount of time with the players that he turned it around with.
I think you brought up a good point there with Milton. I think that's the key. Like, we know we got Nico in the bag, right? But you talk about recruiting. You're always recruiting the next. It's kind of like, well, why do we need this guy? Well, because you got to recruit a big time quarterback every year. We've already got Nico in the bag, but I think if Joe Milton has success, like you said, because of the measurables, because of the arm strength, it's going to be like AR. It's going to be like, Will Levis. They're going to look at who he is, his arm, his measurables. He's going to go high, but he's got to have success. And I think if Hendon gets drafted and then Joe gets drafted, it's kind of like we saw Cedric Tillman have success, and then Joe Milton Cedric have success, and then Jalen Hyatt have success. Now, if we can see Dante Thornton have success this fall, you keep doing it year in and year out, all of a sudden you can't deny it anymore, right? You can't deny it anymore. And I think that's why it's so crucial to have success in this upcoming season and stockpile that class of 24. I think the class of 24 may be the most crucial for Josh Heupel. I think you've got to get these kids in the boat. And again, spoiler alert for tomorrow, we're talking about Matthews and Wingo, 2 5-star wide receivers. If Josh Heupel can land 2 5-star wide receivers to stack on top of J.J. Harold that they just signed, 2 5-stars and a highly rated 4-star, and you got Nico slinging the rock, come on. How much better can this offense get? How much better? All right, let's get back. We're sidetracked because I'm getting excited because I love interacting with you guys. Jeff Rubble for 5. Thank you for the super chat. Jeff says, speaking on Tate versus Leacock doesn't have an OSU offer, and Heartline is the standard for evaluation and development. Any concern? Man, that almost read like an Ohio State fan. Jeff, if you're an Ohio State fan, that's cool. I kind of spoke on that earlier. And Coach Jay, if you want to respond to that, you can. I think that's why Tate ended up at Ohio State, is because of Heartline and that pipeline to the NFL.
Yeah, hey, absolutely. And hey, kudos to Ohio State on that program that they have built. I don't think you'll get anyone to argue that. I mean, it's a powerhouse of the highest degree right now, right? I mean, I know a lot of people have SEC pride, but Ohio State's right up there. They can compete. They get the talent. They get all the players. They've dang near have a monopoly on that conference for now. There's a lot of changing in that conference going to happen, certainly. But for now, they have certainly positioned themselves at the top of the heap. They're competing every single year for conference championships. They are in the conversation for national championships. And if you look at their NFL turnover, it is extremely high. They are developing and evaluating at a super high level. Now, am I concerned because Leacock didn't have an answer? Well, back to evaluation, you can be a little more choosy with your evaluation early on who you're in early with. It helps to be in early with recruits, guys. Every recruit wants to feel liked, right? Every recruit wants to be the pretty girl in the class, right? They're the best player from the best school in their area, and they've always been that best player, and they want to feel special. And a lot of times, whatever coaching staff gives them that feeling in the early going, they will commit to. So Ohio State can be a little more choosy with who they're going to get. And yeah, they can still get in on a recruit late in the process. It doesn't mean that they don't miss on players. They miss on players all the time, I promise. Every school does. Nick Saban misses on players in evaluation. Every coach who's ever recruited in college football misses on players in their evaluations.
All right, guys, we got a couple plays left here for Carnell Tate. We got around 90 people watching live, guys. Do us a favor, smash the thumbs up, share this thing out. I'm sorry that I'm off camera, but it is what it is. We're still going to roll forward and keep doing the dang thing. What do you see here, Coach Jay? Got a couple of plays left for Carnell Tate.
Yeah, we got. I mean, we're picking up late into this play, but what you're seeing is twins to the top side of the screen. You got Carnell Tate on the bottom side of the screen in the X. We're just going to have like a counter tray here, a little trap play, counter tray. Carnell Tate is going to run a fake route, like a fake go route to run this cornerback out of the play. And Boogie, go ahead and run that about up to the point where he maybe gets to about the 25, 26, 24-yard line, somewhere in there. Kind of pull it up to that point. You know, that go route, but go right here. Pretty soon when Boogie starts the film again, you're going to see that Carnell Tate has realized that this play is going to bust his way. Now, the safety all the way downfield in the middle of the field deep is going to pick up on this, but so is Carnell Tate, and he's going to do something extremely smart here, extremely high IQ. You know, some kids are just football players, and Carnell Tate certainly lands under that category. What he's going to do here is go ahead and grab inside position and seal this cornerback off. And for those of you who have never played DB position or who have never played football at all, trying to do anything in the open field is extremely difficult, guys, especially blocking corner. The rest of the play, and we'll see Carnell Tate switches position and go ahead and help his running back out, seals him in. And I mean, hey, they score the touchdown because he sealed that cornerback. Otherwise, he gets trapped between the safety and the corner right here. Carnell Tate repositions, knowing where the ball is, knowing where he can create a hole, knowing where he can create back cut lanes for his running back. Just extremely smart, high IQ play from Carnell Tate, and beautiful block in space, guys. And that makes an old ball coach like Coach Jay extremely happy to see stuff like that. And we on to the next one anyway, huh?
Yeah, right here. But how much do you like seeing that on film? How much do you like seeing a wide receiver block downfield?
To answer it, the second I see it in a kid's film, I instantly like them. You can't get every wide receiver to do that. It would drive me bananas, guys. I don't think I saw Jeremy Pruitt wide receiver block ever. And that can probably go for Dooley as well. Butch Jones, sometimes they would every now and again, but they would just never do it. And it was just freaking laziness. And you watch Josh Heupel wide receivers, they are blocking right there. The tight end's expected to block. It's why I was hesitant on letting Eccles, evaluating him as a tight end. I hadn't seen that element of his game and was worried about it because it's so important for the tight end. But you've got to be able to block in the Josh Heupel offense. You've got to be able to block. You absolutely have to be able to block. And Tate can do that. And there's other plays. And I encourage you guys, whenever we do these breakdowns, go back, watch these films. You will just continue to keep learning and be impressed, because oftentimes, like this play, there's multiple plays where it shows the recruit doing something special like blocking downfield, and it's certainly not the only time we see it out of Carnell Tate.
Brad Burnett for $50. $50 ain't cheap. $50 is not cheap. So first
you,
and
Brad.
foremost, when
Yeah.
Brad drops a 50 spot, you know what we got to do. We got to play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Brad says computer fund for Boogie. I think Tate is very talented. With that said, I think the Vols got the better of the two. GBO. Here's the deal, Brad. Here's the deal. If you can rally the troops, I'm going to spin it. I'm going to shill. I'm going to do like I do every Sunday night. If you can get some people to follow suit, we get $300 in super chats, $300 total for the night. I'll pull the trigger, and I will buy a high dollar gaming PC, so I'm not sitting here with my stupid custom Talkin VAWLS emoji on the screen. So you start rallying the troops, Brad. You rally the troops. Nug says, you never buy a computer. Never. No, because I can't afford it. I got bills to pay. I don't even work a job. This is my job. I'm begging. I'm shilling. I'm dancing like a monkey. The Orange Sea Line for 5 says, I just wanted you to know I blame you for getting me back into wrestling with the Ted DiBiase clip and the AEW hoodie. I love it. And Brad is keeping track now. Thank you, Orange Sea Line, for the super chat. And Brad's keeping track. We're $245 away from Boogie pulling the trigger and buying a gaming PC. I just texted my buddy. I said, here's the deal. Start shopping. Start shopping. I gave him the price limit, but I'm counting on you guys to raise $245, and I'll pay the rest. I will pay the rest. All right, let's jump back into some Carnell Tate. Got a couple of plays left here, and then we will move on to Nathan Leacock. What do you see, Coach Jay?
Sure. We got twins to the bottom of the screen, split back formation out of shotgun. Looks like, what is this, like a nickel defense, like a stack nickel, something like that. And thinking back to the earlier play when Tate was sitting down in the zone, guys, this is kind of the reverse of that play. So when Boogie starts running this play in just a second here, he's going to run a whip route. And when he runs this whip route, whenever you run the whip route, a lot like Josh Heupel does, there's kind of an option that you can run within it. And if you recognize zone, you can sit down in the soft part of the zone. If it's man, you can continue the whip route and whip around to the outside. Now, on this play, you can't really see it right now. It's about 3rd and 11. So they can pick up a first down right here. And let's go ahead and why don't you go ahead and play it, Boogie, right till we get about to where the receiver gets to the cornerback. That's about 4 to 5 yards out the ball here. Goes here, recognizes, hey, cornerback's coming in with me. I got man here. I can't sit down in zone coverage. I'm going to take a hard cut inside, whip around really hard. Yeah, whip like Stewie from Family Guy. Whip around, hit the outside, make sure I get that first down marker. Yeah, I'm going to go for the touchdown, but I'm going to ensure that I get that first down. And knowing those sticks, man, I know everyone here gets frustrated on 3rd down when someone runs 3 yards under the sticks, and every coach certainly gets upset about it too. So go ahead and run it, run the summation of this play, and we'll see what we got. Go ahead and pops them off. Gets away with a little bit of a push here, not too bad. And just, beautiful job staying in bounds, dragging his feet, sliding. I'm pretty sure that's a catch in the NFL. A little bit of a push off. Once again, adjusts back to the ball, gets both feet in bounds. First down, got 4 downs to get in the end zone, and we're looking pretty. Play action does its job. Perfect whip route. 2 hands, looks it in. Perfect diamond formation, and just smart guys. High route running IQ from Carnell Tate.
Bleed Orange 31 for $20. That ain't cheap. Thank you, Bleed Orange. Says, what's up, Boogie and Coach Jay? Enjoying this series. Hype, Pope, and Garner are starting the new trend. The Ohio State down will soon fall to the wayside. GBO. I think those are I think Pope and Garner kind of leading the way in recruiting. It was interesting. And again, we're going to get sidetracked again. Willie Martinez got a raise as the secondary, corner. He coaches the corners. Tim Banks coaches the safeties, but not an extension. What did you think about that? That's kind of interesting to get a raise, but not an extension when other guys are getting both. How did I lose coach? Wait, you're muted. You're muted.
Okay, sorry about that. I was clearing my throat earlier. I got a little frog in it. But what I was gonna say is, you know how everyone at work has that employee who doesn't really deserve a raise, but everyone else's raise is coming around, so they get kind of the token raise, if you will. I think that's just kind of what happened there. It's why he didn't get the extra little nugget. And hey, listen, this season is a contract season for Willie Martinez. This is a contract season. This is a money making year. This is your year to prove yourself. This secondary has improved a little, but is still nowhere near where Tennessee needs its secondary to be. We've brought in some more talent. We are healthy going into the spring. We need to make gains. It's that simple. Football is not a patty cake sport. It's not a pass out trophies just because everyone played the game. Look, everyone who's playing at Tennessee is there to win. They're there to win at a high level, like Gardner talks about in Boogie's openings. And if you're not with that and you can't hack that, then get out of the way, because Hype's trying to win and he's trying to win well. And so are these players, and I promise they take it seriously.
Nugs for 10. Thank you for super chat. I paid your mortgage. Now I'm buying you a computer. Are you my wife? Love the lives with Coach J, GBO. Well, good news, because guess what? Coach J is going to be right back here next Wednesday. Coach J is going to be right back here the Wednesday after that, because it's almost time for spring practice. So next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be breaking down the offense going into the spring. The Wednesday after that, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be breaking down the defense going into the spring. And then, hey, I'm excited because you guys just keep telling me what to do. Shamrod Umarov versus Stanton Ramel coming up soon. We'll iron out a date for that. We may bleed that into April and do a watch party sometime that last week of March. So let's jump in. One last play here from Carnell Tate, then we're going to jump into Nathan Leacock. What do you see here, Coach Jay?
Yeah, sure. We've got deuces here, single back set. 3rd and 15. I know you guys can't see it right here. So, I mean, a big time money down right here, right? Carnell is the, deuces. I was about to say X, but he would be the Z in this situation. The slot to his inside would be the Y, and then the slot on the other side would be the S, followed by the X all the way at the bottom of the screen. So what you're going to see here is a, pretty simple go route from him. He's got press coverage right here. You got, looks like one safety up high, but everyone's kind of in tight right now. And what the heck is everyone doing in tight? I mean, are you blitzing everyone? I don't know. I don't think so, but everyone certainly is in tight press coverage on some big, fast, athletic IMG wide receivers, and my defensive spidey senses are going off, and it's driving me a little nuts. But go ahead and run maybe the first 6 yards of this play, Boogie, first 6-7 yards of this play. All right, so right here we see that inside Y slot wide receiver. Starting what's a skinny post. We have the other slot wide receiver running a drag, and the bottom side X running a similar go route right here. That skinny post from the slot receiver on the top side of the screen, and the kind of in the middle of your screen right now, is doing that to pull any safety away from the play. We want to get that one-on-one matchup right here between Carnell Tate and the defensive cornerback that was in press, and rely on his speed. hey, but once again, IMG's playing the best schools, and this kid does a fantastic job of covering him. I mean, as this play continues, I mean, he's on Carnell like a chicken on a June bug on this play, and he just really on him tight. And Boogie, we can go ahead and maybe we'll let the next 7-8 right there, maybe pause it. He's crossed the sticks. As you see, the corner's still with him. And as we continue on, quarterback's going to do a great job of throwing the back shoulder here. Carnell Tate's going to have to make a mid-air adjustment and an over-the-shoulder, back shoulder catch. And we can go ahead and watch that because, man, it's pretty, almost as pretty as Mrs. J. Not quite.
Oh,
beautifully
man.
Beautifully done by Carnell Tate right there. And, hey, we're off and moving. Had this been Josh Heupel's offense, we're going turbo down to the ball. We're lining up and we're snapping, and the next play's in the end zone, and we're celebrating with our doggies. Just a beautiful, beautiful adjustment, and gets a foot down too. Beautifully done by Carnell Tate.
So as we wrap up the film on Carnell Tate, we're going to move over to Nathan Leacock coming up next. You seem pretty excited about Carnell Tate's film, and I am too. Like I said at the top, it ain't just because I was in his commitment video, although that does escalate him to the top of the top. I mean, hey, what can I say? But I think Carnell Tate is one of the best wide receivers in the country. We'll see what happens when they get to the college level and develop. But what are your thoughts as we wrap up the Carnell Tate side of things?
Just once, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but just a high IQ on all levels. He's a football player. It's best compliment you can get from a coach, in my opinion, is, and I know it's kind of cliche, kid's a football player, but he's a football player. He blocks, high IQ. He's fast. He's got a quick 40. I know he doesn't have a verified 40 under 4.7. So he's not lightning in a bottle, but he's super fast. And what you didn't see on that film was a couple punt returns for touchdowns and a couple kickoff returns for touchdowns. He's fast. He's not blazing. He cuts well. He's fast out of his breaks. He kind of reminds me of like a Marvin Jones from the Jags, or maybe even an Amari Toomer, if anyone remembers that cat. But just a good, sound football player, well polished football player. Something you'd expect from IMG Academy. And Ohio State's going to get a kid that's going to be ready from the get-go. We'll see how he develops physically. We'll see how much good the weight room does him, and we'll see how he continues to develop. It's going to be exciting to see him.
I didn't do my homework. I should have. God, I feel like a real jerk because Nathan Leacock's the guy we're pulling for. And somebody in the chat just said, yeah, you were in the Alex Golish video too. I was, and I'm pretty sure I'm in Nathan Leacock's too. Okay, yep. Okay, we got it. I can't disrespect Nathan Leacock. Bleed Orange for 5. Thank you for the super chat. Says, here's 5 more for the computer boogie. Thank you. Yeah, as soon as I turn the camera on, the signal dies. Thank you for the super chat, Bleed Orange. Appreciate that. Wayne for 50. $50 is not cheap. We got to do something because we do it around here.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
Big Ball Daddy for 5 says, here, Boogie, get you a mouse pad for the computer, bro. I actually don't have a mouse pad. So thank you, Big Ball Daddy, for that. I appreciate it. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Brad. You guys rallying the troops and stuff. I already texted my buddy, and you guys nailed it in the chat. You said, Boogie, you don't buy one, you build one. Yeah, it's a buddy of mine that he builds computers. So he's going to build one, whether we get there or not. But I appreciate all the support. So if you guys want to continue to support that, I would appreciate it. And how about me disrespecting Nathan Leacock, because here's his commitment video. Take a listen.
Nathan Leacock's going to decide very soon.
Announce this Leacock 3-star wide. All over Nathan Leacock 3-star. Nathan Leacock 3-star wide receiver. Announced his top 7.
Nathan Leacock's going to decide very shortly.
Top remaining wide receiver targets.
Nathan Leacock will be committing Friday, July 22nd.
First and foremost,
what, Coach Jay? What is going on when my dumb ass is all over these commitment videos? What is happening? You're on mute. You got to unmute.
I wasn't talking yet, so it works. But hey, it's a credit to what you have built here, and hey, what this whole community has built. I know you're extremely proud of this community, Boogie, and I am too. I know Dauber. I know everyone is, and everyone in the chat should be. Built for the fans, by the fans, and uh, man, I just don't see any other channels like this on YouTube. There's plenty of other fan channels with fan interaction, but something that involves the community this much and brings everyone in, a special fanatical fan base, truly something special to be a part of and a member of.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, man. I am proud of it, and like you said, we give people a voice, and the next thing you know, you're going to be on here hanging out, breaking down film like Coach Jay. We're going to jump into Nathan Leacock now, so let's Carnell Tate, very impressive. Let's talk about Nathan Leacock, 3-star when he committed, highly rated 4-star at the end of things, ends up rated higher than Carnell Tate. Let's jump into the film. What do you see here, Coach Jay, right out of the gate?
Yeah, we got a pistol formation bunch to the bottom side of the screen, your wide side of the screen. And right away at that bunch on the left side, you just see the attention that it's given the defense. I mean, look at the amount of jerseys and helmets that are lined up on the left side of this offense where the bunch is. You got pistol. They got to honor that run. It's 4th down right here, guys. 4th and 6. So it's another money down for a big time wide receiver. Nathan's the X here, and he's going to have to try to get money and get paid on this, and go ahead and run it. Maybe the first, just maybe 3 steps, Boogie, 3-4 steps of the line. Cornerback tries to jam him, kind of stems him inside, and his ultimate goal here is he's going to be kind of running a little shallow corner fade right to the bottom of the end zone here. And we can go ahead and run it and let it happen. And actually, Boogie, if you run the next play too, it shows this play from a different angle. So you can go ahead and do that too. But, show this play how you want to. But as soon as he stems him, you can go ahead and press play. As soon as he stems him to the inside, flicks this corner, goes up right here and just makes an absolute do to the catch. And if you saw Laundry on the field, he's held. You get a little better angle of it right here. He's held, pulled. He still finds the strength to get up out of being held and pulled down, fully extends on the angle, perfect diamond formation, pulls the ball in. Big, strong hands from Nathan Leacock. That will be a common theme for Nathan tonight. And man, I'm excited about this one, Tennessee. We have a special find here, a diamond in the rough, and a great evaluation by Coach Hype. Just an absolute perfect catch and PI to boot. So beautifully done by Nathan Leacock, and a great way to start the film here.
All right, let's move on to play number 2, 115. Let me get it queued up. All right, here we go.
All right. We got nickel defense again. It's going to be a common theme. I feel like Nathan plays in the nickel. I think the last play before it was the only kind of 3-3-5 stack press that you'll see. But I think everything else is kind of nickel here moving forward. We have a wing formation, but we also have a pistol formation as well as twins to the right. Some people call that a pistol. Some people call it a 38 special, a 9mm. They have different kind of gadget names for this little look at the pistol here, but we've got a wings to the top of the screen. Nathan is the X, and go ahead and let it play for just a little bit here. Nathan's going to go on the go route once again. Did I say yeah, the X on the top of the screen. He's going to get a broken play. Go ahead and run it a little bit longer till the quarterback scrambles, Boogie. Gets caught inside. Nathan's still on a go route, recognizes the trouble. And I want everyone to think back who was watching the Nico video. There were 2 plays that we showed at the beginning of that video. And if you weren't watching it, certainly go back to it, where there were broken plays exactly like this in the Nico video. Nathan recognizes it very intelligently, does what he's meant to do, and comes back to the play right here. And let's go ahead and just take a look at what what Nathan does after he makes the catch right here. Makes the catch, makes one player miss, two players miss. Ole stops on a dime, foot in the ground, gets his feet, ball across the end zone. Good night. I mean, this kid is electric with the ball. I realize that the talent level is not up to par with IMG Academy, but that wasn't a terrible hit on Nathan right there. He just did a great job of absorbing impact. And not the worst hit right there either. And it's a common theme for Nathan. He can break tackles. He's got elite speed. He's a track kid. He's clocked under 11 seconds, I think a 10.98 in his 100-meter, and a legit 4.45 in the 40, and a freak of an athlete and a lot of size from Nathan Leacock. He is going to be a problem in this Heupel offense.
How much do you think, going back to coming out of their junior year, Carnell Tate, 5-star, one of the top rated wide receivers in the country, ranked so far ahead of Nathan Leacock. How much do you think it does factor in, because he did play at IMG Academy? So those guys almost like ultimately right out of the gate going into their senior year get that boost. You think that plays into it some?
Sure. Yeah. I think it has got a ton to do with it. Hey, he's playing against proven commodities, it has a lot to do with it. And when you're performing at a high level in tough conferences, in tough states, against other tough states, in the case of IMG, yeah, it's got a lot to do with it. You start proving it at that high of level. There's a lot of stock that goes into that, but there's many a slip between the cup and the lip, and Nathan's got a lot of tools in his tool bag, and we're about to see a couple more of them.
Noah James in the chat says, you guys think Nathan Leacock will start right away? I don't see it. I don't think there's any way possible with what you've got coming back. You've got Brew McCoy, you've got Ramel Keaton, you've got Squirrel White, and then you've got Dante Thornton transferring in, who I think, and this is my hot take that I always say, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think he plays on the outside. I don't care if he played slot at Oregon. I think he beats out Ramel Keaton on the outside with that size in this offense. I think they'll move him around. I just don't see Nathan Leacock getting on the field right away. Maybe like we saw Squirrel, right, this past year, come in and mop up duty and make some plays. I think maybe we could see Nathan Leacock do that, but I don't think he's going to come in and start.
No, what I want everyone to watch, and what we'll talk about it some in the weeks to come, Boogie, but there is a war brewing in the Tennessee spring. Is Leacock an early enrollee?
I think so. I'm not
think
100%
so.
Sure.
I believe so too. You can correct us in the chat if he's not, but if he is, then watch that battle, because Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb, Nathan Leacock, there's about to be a war between those three guys, a big war, and I think it's going to be a tough one. I think you got three really good wide receivers between those three, Webb, Nimrod, and Nathan Leacock, and it will be interesting to see that pecking order. Who's the first wide receiver you see come out on the field when the Vols are in mop-up duty? Who's the first receiver you see on the field when Brew gets a little banged up and Ramel needs a breather? Who is that first receiver you see? Is it Caleb Webb? Is it Nimrod? Is it Leacock? We're going to find out. All three sound like good options to me.
And that's the beauty of stacking recruiting classes, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we talk about with the defensive line. But this coaching staff has shown with the wide receiver position, it ain't going to be like the defensive line. We're not rotating. We're rolling with three. That's it. We're rolling with 3, 4 if we have to, but most likely we're going with 3 guys, period. That's it. And some of that's probably the speed of the offense, right? We're going fast. We're not going to substitute. It is what it is. But that's the beauty of stacking those recruiting classes, because guess what? When hopefully Brew McCoy gets drafted high and is off to the NFL, who's going to replace him? Is it going to be Caleb Webb? Is it going to be Chaz Nimrod? Is it going to be Nathan Leacock? But when you do your due diligence and you stack these recruiting classes, when guys are hitting the portal, it doesn't matter. Good riddance. We don't need you because we have what we need, right? And You know, some of that's like Taven Jackson. That sucks, but the quarterback position is what it is. He's hitting the portal trying to go start somewhere. In an ideal situation, you want Taven Jackson to stick around, but that's not college football in 2023, right?
No, certainly not. Certainly not, but definitely a good problem to have.
All right, here we go. Next play for Nathan Leacock.
All right, guys. Here we see that same kind of pistol wing formation, if you will. We've got twins to the bottom side of our screen. We've got a big shocker, nickel defense again. Nathan on this play is going to be on the bottom of the screen. Going to be the X receiver, and go ahead and just run it a little bit here, Boogie. That we get into this pretty quickly on this play. Once again, X to the bottom of the screen. Little late out of his break, but you just see how quick he is out of his break, and immediately catches an absolute falling forward torpedo over the outstretched arm of the defender. And actually, watch this end of the run it again, but Boogie, give him the extra credit points on the end zone celebration on this play. It's a good one, folks. He just beats him. A little misjudged on the pass, absolute dime. Once again, a tackler falls off of him, completely stops. I mean, I do that every night because I'm so athletic. I don't know about you, Boogie, but
I'm pretty sure Mrs. Coach Jay did that when you dropped that little subtle remark towards her. Pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's probably Guy will kick me from Street Fighter when I get home, but that's all right. Just and this plays on here not only because he's just so good at breaking tackles. His makeup speed when he stutters out of this break is incredible. Just he goes from stop to start extremely quick. Gets to the inside, crazy hard catch. Tackler just kind of withers off of him, shakes him off him, and that's not a running back flip. Whoever saw that, the wide receiver going to USC in the Polynesian Bowl, he didn't need a running start for a flip. He just stood there and did it. So you just see Nathan oozing with athleticism there. He's going to be a good one, guys.
All right, here's directly into the next one at 211.
Yeah, shocker again, guys. Nickel defense, and look at the man. So on your left side of the screen, Nathan's going to be in the slot here, and look at how far the man lined up directly over him is off of him. What in God's green earth are you doing giving a 6'4", 4.40 kid that much open field in front of you? You have to be Dauber Orange Bowl drunk to be calling that defense.
Shots fired. Shots have been fired.
Here. Yeah. You gotta be tripping. But as we start to run this play, guys, we're gonna see a lot of things here. Nathan's gonna run a little bit of a weird, kind of like a swing route here from the slot position. Go ahead and start this play as he starts to kind of pop backwards almost and run this swing route. Yeah, kind of an odd action there. I don't think you'll see that Tennessee. Now, good pause point, Boogie. We see the cornerback. Cornerback wasn't fooled like that, like that kid playing 30 yards off of him was. He knew where the ball was going. And hey, look, if he was one step deeper, it would be knees to nuts, ass down, head up, wrap up, hat on the ball, and it would be a beautiful tackle. He's got a low pad level. I mean, I don't know how much of that is because he's short. Nathan's a big kid, but certainly where we want the pad level, maybe a little more dip. But let's see Nathan get off that real quick, Boogie. Slides off again, and then you can go ahead and watch him press the L1 button and the R1 button. R1, L1, and sayonara, guys. I mean, you want to talk about some video game stuff. I mean, let it run. Swing pass, shake off, stop, L1, R1, stop on a dime. man, um, that is scary, guys. That is really scary. That's one of those plays, like when Kobe or Michael hit a fadeaway, and you look at your coach on the sideline and go, what am I supposed to do, coach? I can't guard that. I got no answers for what he just did.
And this
Beautiful.
this goes back to what I try to talk about all the time with the offense. With Heupel's offense, we see guys running free all the time, right? All the time. We see guys wide open, easy, dial it up, deliver the football, and it's over. What happens when you have guys that when a play doesn't necessarily work to perfection, and now you've got the talent that can make guys miss. Now you've got like Cedric Tillman going up and making the play against Pitt. What happens when you have more talent? That's what so many people are like, oh, we're number one. And I know I'm talking to the minority. I know most of you guys in the chat understand what I'm saying, and you agree with me on it. What happens when we've got legitimate 5-star talent and they can go make plays versus being schemed up, right? Now you're taking it to the next level. You've still got the scheme because Josh Heupel's still the coach, but now you've got the talent. When the scheme doesn't work, guys can go make plays.
Absolutely, they can win those touch matchups against the Kylie Ringos out there of the world. Those those elite 5-star cornerbacks that are Georgia is loading up like gumballs in the giant gumball machine in your doctor's office. You need Nathan Leacocks if you're going to have a prayer against those kids, and they're on the way. Get ready, guys. Get your butts in kneeling. Get those pom poms out and get ready, because we're going to have a lot to cheer for with this kid. I promise.
Nug says, is Nathan faster than Carnell? Yes. That's why when he committed, I was like, guys, calm down. Let's forget Carnell Tate and let's look at a guy that has a ton of speed that's coming into this offense that has a lot of success, right? That's why I was like, okay, everything's going to be okay. And that's not discrediting Carnell Tate. I still think he's a great wide receiver. But Nathan Leacock comes in with that speed. Let Josh Heupel scheme him open, and let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, and Carnell is really fast and quick out of his breaks, guys, and as is Nathan. What separates them other than top end speed is the ability to stop and go, to start and restart and press that R1, that L1 button, stop on a dime and go. That's one of the bigger separations I see in them right now. It's not that Tate can't do it. Nathan does it at an extremely elite level.
Like the play we just watched, right?
Right. Yeah. And is Nathan's route running and route IQ as high as Carnell's? Probably not. At least not yet. I know one thing: he's going to a good place to learn. So, so that's going to be great. And speaking again to the wide receivers that are in front of him, everyone who wants Nico to have a year in the weight room, a year to learn, why wouldn't you want Nathan Leacock to have the same thing?
Yeah. And it goes back to recruiting. Stack them class after class after class, and you have that opportunity, right, to add that weight, add that size, get in that college weight room. All right, 334.
Okay, yeah. Oh, well, we got a little bit of a different defense here. I can see right off the scoop. We got the old school 4-3, like we're running defense and on a Sunday against Boogie.
I was going to say, like, what?
Yeah.
That's like exactly what I'm bringing out.
Against defense. The middle, it's either the middle linebacker, and my eyes are going to me in my age, but someone's showing blitz, and it's either a show and go or he's going to drop back. We'll see. I honestly don't remember. Nathan's at the top of the screen, and that's where we'll be focusing. But we've got this same pistol formation, kind of half wing, half bunch, lazy formation that I don't like. But once again, Nathan is the X. He's going to be running a comeback route here. And the coverage on this play, guys, is really good for a long time. This corner does a heck of a job on Nathan in this coverage. Go ahead and run it, Boogie. Maybe till the part where Nathan starts breaking on that comeback route. And drop back to the middle. play action, gets it out. So right here, he's come back. He's got decent separation. And once again, just like Carnell Tate here, guys, look at where he's ran to. 1st and 10, he's ran to the sticks. Might not be 3rd down, but he has good football awareness right here, and he's ran to the sticks. He's going to come back a little and probably end up right at him. Boogie, just give me like another like tick or two of that. Not long. You see where that corner or that safety or corner, I can't remember now, is on him here. And guess what we got, guys? We got another pass interference coming. You're going to see some laundry coming out when we run this play. But guess what? He's too big. He's too strong. He's got too much Brew McCoy in him and a lot of Squirrel White in him. And he's going to bust this and get loose, whether there's laundry on the field or not, whether you're yelling about Kylie Ringo hitting him while he's trying to catch the ball over the middle or not. He's going to make this play, and let's go ahead and watch him do it. Pops up, wearing him, flag pops out. I mean, he's just holding him, popping him. Safety had a good angle on him. Guess what? Good angles don't matter when you're an F-22. You just fly right by him, right? And this kid is a high-powered jet, man. Look at just beautiful job by Nathan. Big, wide strides, and once again, the angle didn't matter. I don't think that kid really wanted to tackle him anyways, even if he had the angle. But after he breaks it and gets going, go ahead and not, yeah, right here. Well, yeah, so even if he was a second back from there, guys, he had a good angle on him. But look at one of Nathan's strides right now compared to any other defender's stride, or really any other offensive member. Maybe the guy trailing in 3rd place right now has got a decent stride on him. But just an elite, compact, long stride. And even when you have the angle on him, it doesn't really matter. He's off to the races. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. The kid's a problem, guys.
We still got over 100 people watching live. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Sorry the camera's not working, but we got it fixed. We placed the order. The order is going in. We're going to get a gaming PC in here. No more problems. I'm sick of making excuses. It is what it is. I texted my wife. I was like, this is BS. We're fixing this. She's like, I told you months ago to do it. So I'm going to take Brad's money, Wayne's money. We're going to buy a gaming PC, and we're going to get this thing dialed in, cleaned up. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, sticking it out with us. We got one more play coming up here from Nathan Leacock, and then we're going to get Coach Jay to give us his opinion. Who got the better deal? You guys put it in the chat. Who got the better deal, Tennessee or Ohio State versus Carnell Tate and Nathan Leacock? Let's take a look at one last play here from Nathan Leacock. What do you see, Coach Jay?
Nickel formation again. We got too high. We've got pistol. We had that wing set, twins to the bottom side. Looks like the wingman is coming into motion towards the twins, towards the bottom side of the screen. And as those of you know who watch our breakdowns, when you get a man in motion and no one follows him, it tells us that the defense is in zone formation. So on this play, once again, he's the X. And go ahead and let it just run for just a little bit. 1st and 10, by the way, on the down and distance here, guys. Pause. Yeah. So he's running kind of what looks like, you know, like a go route, right, on the outside. Go ahead and run it just a little bit more here. He sees the ball right about there. Pause it, Boogie. He sees the quarterback about to throw the post, and he's running a go route. So right now we got a problem when we're a wide receiver. We have run the wrong route, or the quarterback has perceived the wrong route, and the ball's coming out. So indeed, Mrs. J, indeed.
Especially when they tell you to buy a computer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen to your women out there, guys. It makes life a whole lot easier. But anyway, so he's going to have to adjust right here, guys. And when he adjusts, a couple things. Boogie, pause it. for when he makes the catch. Try to get it perfectly. And what you're going to see here, so you can try to get it perfectly, is we're going to see an absolute New York Giants versus the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl situation here. And he just absolutely mosses this kid on the adjustment and makes a special play that I'm still trying to figure out how in the world he catches off his head and continue to let it run just till the end of it, maybe tick it back a couple seconds and let it run. But just, I mean, he gets his feet, and if someone wasn't right on him, he probably would have broken that tackle too. And just beautiful, beautiful stuff by Nathan. Once again, breaks out of here, zone, gets passed off to the safety, adjusts back to the post, catches it over the other kid, tears it out of his hands. Get off me. The kid had a little help, so that's good. And man, a special kid. And listen, why? Yeah, that's awesome. And I was going to show you a bonus play of a return, which him and Tate both have returns. They're fast. But Boogie, would you do old Coach Jay a favor and go to 3:17 for just a second? 13:17, sorry. Just real quick. It takes 2 seconds. We don't got to really break it down. Just stuff that I find funny. If you still got the film up, if you don't,
which one was it? 13:17?
13:17. Yeah. There's a 13:17 and 14:17 that are, but the 13:17 is hilarious. And we'll just show it to prove a point because it was in the Tate video, but not the Leacock video. And I kind of wanted to make sure we rounded this out and covered all of our bases. And we don't have Ohio State fans going, but coach, but Boogie, he can't block. Here we got press coverage on him. He's in the slot. And just watch what he does to this kid when this kid tries to jam him at the line. Just absolutely hilarious, guys. I think I was laughing for 5 minutes during that. Show it one more time and then go to 14:17 and then we'll move on because it's another quick one. That's hilarious as well.
I love that he put it in there and it's a 1 second clip.
Yeah. So here we see him breaking off running like Carnell. Now, when he picks him up, he's on the wide side.
Oh.
You'll see so he does special stuff. I'll tell you, he's wide. So right here, he just absolutely blocks him 20 yards downfield. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Still blocking him. Done. The kid is big. The kid is strong. The kid pushes blocks down the field 15 yards. When you watch his junior film, he absolutely annihilates people when he's blocking. A special blocker, a kid that we can run your Squirrel Whites, your scat backs, your really fast players behind him, and just be trouble when he blocks. Special kid, guys. Big, prototypical kid. Kind of reminds me of if Robert Meacham and Cordero Patterson had a baby. Just a special talent.
So I guess what the people want to know is if you have the number 1 draft pick and you're taking a wide receiver and you've got Carnell Tate and Nathan Leacock, which one you taking?
It's a tough one, guys. I mean, I have orange shaded glasses on, certainly, and I think it's Leacock based on two things that separate him: body type and speed, and both of those are key in the SEC. You need size and speed and athleticism to play in this league at a high level, and it's not that Tate doesn't have these things and that he doesn't have certain attributes that are better than Nathan. He does. But those key attributes that you really, really need, Nathan has a slight edge in those for now. We will see how they develop. This one was very, very close. This was a closer head-to-head for me than Arch and Nico were, and they were a close head-to-head for me as well.
I want you guys to put in the chat, put in the comments if you're watching the replay, who you taking, Carnell Tate or Nathan Leacock. Man, I'm excited. I didn't know if the chat would come up with the next live stream, but I'm excited. Shamrod Umarov versus Stanton Ramel. We're going to do that. That's going to be the next live breakdown with Coach Jay, but we've also got some Sunday videos coming your way. Coming up this Sunday, we're going to go with Tennessee commit Marcus Gorey Jr. And then following that, the next Sunday, we're going to break down J.J. Harrell. So tune in for that. Check that out. As always, guys, do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up just below the video, just right down there below the video. Quick, free, easy. It does help the channel. We would appreciate it. And go check out the merch, Bonfire. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. The link to that is in the description as well. Any and all support greatly appreciated. As I say, every single video, live stream, thank you to the members of the channel. You guys give me the opportunity to make this my career. Without the memberships, look, February, I wouldn't have been able to pay my bills. But because you guys join the channel, even if you just give $1 a month, there is strength in numbers. Hit that join button down below. Custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows. You get a power tee beside your name, watch parties, all kinds of fun stuff. And hey, look, if you come in, you win over the chat, you'll be like Coach Jay over here. You'll be on here hanging out, talking with Boogie every single week. That's what it is. But I appreciate Coach Jay giving me the time, always coming on here, man. This film breakdown is one of my favorite things that we do. Obviously, NCAA on Sunday night's a whole lot of fun. The film breakdown's educational and a whole lot of fun. So, Coach Jay, appreciate it, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you on here hanging out. But let's wrap this thing up again, guys. Hit the comment section, hit the live chat. Carnell Tate or Nathan Leacock, who you taking? But that's going to do it for this one. Don't forget to join us Sunday night for NCAA at 6:30. And then the next 2 Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be breaking down the roster for spring practice coming up here shortly. But for Coach Jay, my name is Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
That's all.